This is something I want to get off my chest real quick, and it's about Rotten Tomatoes. Honestly, when Star Wars came out, I watched it, and I enjoyed it. And I heard the reviews coming out before saying that it's trash or doesn't feel like a Star Wars film. Personally, I'm not a Star Wars fan. I'm personally not a Star Wars fan. I watched all the films. I feel that Star Wars is a bit overrated. But I watch the film, I see it has problems. And I see where some people are coming from. But when the aspect when it comes to Rotten Tomatoes with the audience score, that it's like 56%. Well, you can say it's true, but you can also take it in a grain of salt that when I think the couple Collider and the John Campion and also Matt Atchity, who used to run Rotten Tomatoes, all say the same thing that when someone can actually vote in without watching the film, you'll question the validity. Now, it's 56% on Rotten Tomatoes audience score. It's 92% certified fresh on its own critic score. So critics like it, audience don't. I watched it last Sunday with my cousin, and we both enjoyed the film. We both liked the film. I'll give it a 7.2 out of 10. It's a really good Star Wars film, worth watching, and probably worth watching again just to see what other things. I get people why they don't like the film if they're fans, but I don't get when you use an audience score that is 56%, or like 56%, but it's an audience score that people can vote on it without watching it. And the same goes with IMDb. And now people are questioning the validity of Rotten Tomatoes. I always said this, like I was saying, if you don't, or if you have not watched the film, you have no opinion about it. Simple as that. And about Rotten Tomatoes, it's an aggregate score. It's an aggregate score. It's like if critics like it or don't. It's up to you to go inside, go and read reviews of critics made. That's all it is. 92% of critics like it. But that's like they liked it, but they don't give for the benefits and drawbacks. And that's the major difference. I mean, I personally, I'll look at Rotten Tomatoes, just to get a general feel. But I'll also look at 2 or 3 YouTube reviewers just to review it, like tell me if the benefits and drawbacks of the film. Make me make my best, making my decision based on what they are. It's your thing. You're the viewer. You have to if you want to buy a product, you need to know what's coming out, and you can't blame Rotten Tomatoes for a high score on its own system, which it says like critics like it, and some people don't. And people are comparing with the DC films. I watched all the DC films in cinemas. There's only maybe 2 or 3 films, but they all have fundamental problems, and it showed in Justice League. Like, you can't blame Rotten Tomatoes on DC films. When Man of Steel came out I think around 50% Rotten Tomatoes. I watched the film on my birthday. I didn't like it. I fell asleep in the film. I thought it was just me. I tried to watch it again. I fell asleep again. Batman vs Superman, the theatrical cut. I was so pissed off. Watching the film. And it's like, it went on and on and on. There's only Wonder Woman it was actually a decent film. And Justice League I enjoyed, but it also had problems. So the DCEU had problems since Man of Steel. We can even go back as Green Lantern. So I don't get why you would just say Rotten Tomatoes ain't it's not really valid with DC films, but DC films haven't been doing it right since Wonder Woman. But when Star Wars came out, you just questioned the validity of Rotten Tomatoes, and I enjoyed the film. Maybe I'm not, but I enjoyed the film. But I'm not the only person who has enjoyed the film, or people who don't like the film. It's opinion. Like John Cameron said, movies are subjective. One person might like it, one person will not. But I just think since 2016, when Batman vs Superman came out and Civil War, Marvel Civil War, there's this being angst about critics and film viewing. I'm not really on for it. I think critics are allowed to express their opinion, give their scores, give their reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, and be done with it. What's the political stuff? There's a reason why Marvel films get high reviews, because they're genuinely good. Simple as that. And if you argue, look at the last 3 Marvel films. All the Marvel films this year made on over 800 million. Justice League can't beat Doctor Strange that came out last year, who is relatively unknown. You can blame Rotten Tomatoes late, but that's on the fans, and that's how people interpret Justice League. When the Avengers came out, they had a solid foundation coming into the Avengers. Iron Man hit, Iron Man 2 hit, Thor hit, Captain America hit. Only character who was not a hit was Incredible Hulk, but at least it made more money than the last Incredible Hulk film. And when those films came out, Avengers came out. I was lucky enough to watch the Avengers in England, and it came out a week before America, and that buzz brought the film more, over 207 million opening week. So there's a big difference. Star Wars is the biggest franchise in movie history. I can't dispute that. It's made over 220 million. Now, everything will calm down in a sense of this weekend. If we have a 60% drop or 50% drop. So on repeat viewing, that's what really determines. I'm not really worried about Star Wars, because Star Wars is Star Wars. Rogue One made $1 billion last year. Episode 8 is made to 220 in its first weekend in the United States. I'm not really worried. They'll make $1 billion they'll make $1 billion before the end of the year. But I'm worried about. People are just picking and choosing what they like, and studios are doing the same thing. All this blind fandom and corporate things about people. Critics are being paid by Marvel, critics are being paid by DC, or DC fans are not liked by critics, or Marvel fans are getting too lenient. Like, this noise. I'm a person that just like. I enjoy watching a movie. I like the trailers, and if the trailers and reviews suits me, or if it has got bad reviews, I must watch it just watch its sake and make my own opinion. You can watch a movie based on your own opinion. You don't need anyone else telling you. But if you want to know something or know about a product, you obviously need to look at the review first. It's the same with gaming, the same with any other thing you buy. You look at overviews. It's no different from looking to buy an iPhone and see what's in it and what is it any different from the last iPhone. The same thing with movies. But who am I to judge? I'm not going to tell you what to do. You're allowed to do what you feel well.